There comes a time in the life of every nomad when he has outgrown the crude hatchet, even the raw-bone hand axe. He has found a schematic for a ceramic hatchet. Now things will be different. But wait, what is this? I need 9 ceramic shards? Ah, the elusive ceramic shard. Where can we find such a thing? Perhaps lying out on the sands of the Canyon B tile? No, no such luck. No way it would be that easy. Actually, one must look for these rare locations. Look for these trees, the uncommon and scarce ceramic tree. And here you can harvest the ceramic shard. No, I'm just kidding. It's nothing like that. It's actually much, much more difficult than that. This is going to get brutal, so take some notes because there'll be a test. Like I said, ceramic shards don't come from trees. Ceramic shards actually come from clay. Clay comes from clay piles on hard tiles. But to get the clay out of the clay piles, you need a soil excavator. To construct a soil excavator, you need a torque battery, but more on those later. To use a soil excavator, you will have to have a supply of torque and ash. There's a couple of ways to get torque. For one, you will need a windmill. To get a windmill, you will need to take down a large rupu forest on a medium tile. Well, if you're lucky, just one. It may take dozens for the RPGesus to smile on you. So, now you finally have a windmill. For the windmill to work, you need a sandstorm. For that to work, you will need to build a windmill farm and wait for the sandstorm to blow over. Or you could mount the windmill on a walker and create a mobile windmill sandstorm chaser. But then you run the very serious risk of shredding your walker and you yourself. You can also create torque with a walker bigger than a Firefly by upgrading it and just driving around. Okay, great. Now you've created this thing called torque, but you need to be able to move it around. And it seems you can't just drag it to your regular inventory. This is where the torque battery comes into play. No, this is not a green bamboo dart gun. This is a torque battery. To make a torque battery, you will need a torque battery schematic. Remember the Rupu Fortress? Yep. If you didn't get a few, you got to go back because, by the way, you need more than just one. Finally, after all of that, you've now assembled the soil excavator, gone to a hard tile, and retrieved some clay. Bet you thought we'd never get there, did you? And we're not done yet. In fact, the worst is yet to come. Just saying. To cure this newfound clay, you need a furnace. To get a furnace, you have to take down a sunken temple on a hard tile. To take down a sunken temple, you will need a pretty well outfitted gunship, and watch the video called How to Make Tallow, Curing Station and Sunken Temple Solo Farm Guide, Last Oasis Season 5 by JimmyMartinTV. I've put a link in the description below. Okay, you're back and ready to build a furnace. Now you find out to build the furnace you need tallow. To get tallow, you need a curing station. You pick up a curing station at the same sunken temple as the furnace. But then you need sulfur and animal fat. Animal fat comes from Femke, but harvested with a pick. Sulfur comes from mushrooms, but best harvested while wearing a gas mask. So you mix the sulfur and the animal fat in the curing station to cure the tallow. Yay! We have the tallow to construct the furnace. But now you need to hold at least 25 tallow in your inventory. To do that, you'll need to be wearing at least 2 split bone bottles. Each hold 14 liquid, so a total of 28, which is of course enough for the 25 tallow you need. Oh, and while you're out there on the hard tile getting clay, be sure to get plenty of it. Now, you finally have the furnace, you have the clay, and now, finally, you can craft the elusive ceramic shard.